So we're just 2 days away from the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, and everybody's wondering, what are going to be the games that are shown? Nintendo is kind of keeping all their cards to their chest when it comes to first party. We don't know if we're going to see 3D Mario, if Metroid shows up again, new Zelda possibly. But I'm more interested in, what is the third party lineup going to look like this year? I personally feel like the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a huge opportunity for a lot of these third party partners. It's going to give games that didn't really get much publicity a new shot. It potentially will give some games a second win, because some people just want to play the game in their bed or on the go. And I think we're going to see more Switch 2 exclusive games from third party. We're going to see what people cook up with better graphical power, the motion controls, because some of these devs skipped out a whole generation because they couldn't put their game onto the Switch. And we're also getting mouse controls, which means a multitude of things across different genres of gaming. With that being said, I'm just here to talk about the games I expect to see on Wednesday at the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. And I'm going to start with Capcom. I think Capcom is going to show out super hard for the Switch 2. Monster Hunter already sold 8 million for them the first week, and Monster Hunter is a big deal on the Nintendo Switch. Now granted, I don't know if they can get Monster Hunter Wilds to run on the Switch 2, because that thing barely runs on most people's PCs, but I assume they're trying to get a version of that game running on the Switch 2 immediately. I also think Resident Evil is going to have a big presence on the Nintendo Switch 2. I feel like they've missed 2 Nintendo console generations just due to the lack of power of a system. I mean, sure, they had 7 on the cloud, but like, we need the real deal, man. Cloud gaming is just not it for the most part. And also we need 8, the remakes, and 4 makes 20 this year, or made 20 this year. And 4 was a big thing on the GameCube. Like, I might be dating myself, but who remembers the chainsaw controllers? And I also feel like it's time that we get the latest Street Fighter games. Like, we don't even have Street Fighter 4 on the regular Nintendo Switch, which is crazy because I know it can run on it. And I really hope to see the Street Fighter series come back to the Nintendo platforms, because like, I'm pretty sure every other Street Fighter game is on the Switch except the 3D games, which is awkward. And for a curveball for Capcom, I think we might see a new Mega Man. It's been like 7 years since 11, and I know they don't want that franchise to just, you know, sit on the sidelines. And even if we don't see it at this Switch 2 Direct, I'm pretty sure it's happening this year. I just don't think they're gonna go another like 10 years without showing Mega Man. I think Blizzard Activision are gonna show up big on the Switch 2 also. We already know Call of Duty is coming. We don't know what Call of Duty, but we know it's coming. But I assume Warzone also comes along with that. Diablo 4 is not on the regular Nintendo Switch, so I'm assuming we get that. Overwatch 2, just a lot of things. To be honest, it low-key might be time for console WoW. Like, the Switch 2 gonna have native mouse function, and a lot of the consoles have like the ability to just plug and play with the mouse. I don't know, it might be time. This is gonna be jarring for me, but Microsoft already has rumors of Halo being on the Switch, and that's just gonna throw me off. It would make sense because the controller is really similar to an Xbox controller anyway, but I'm just gonna be like, Master Chief on a Nintendo console is gonna be just kind of weird. And if we get that, if they ever make a Gears of War collection, I'm pretty sure we're getting that also. Also think Bethesda might be cooking something up. There's rumors of an Oblivion remake. Fallout is just not on the system whatsoever. I'm confused why Fallout's not on the Nintendo platforms. Like, I'm pretty sure Fallout 3 and New Vegas can run on the Switch. Like, 4 would definitely come if they come to the Switch 2. I'm not too sure about like Starfield or something, but we'll see. We'll see how strong the Switch 2 actually is. Speaking of New Vegas, you guys remember Obsidian, the company that helped make New Vegas? They made a game called The Outer Wilds, and that game has very heavy Fallout 3 New Vegas vibes. They're making a sequel to that game that's supposed to be launching this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it this week. Like, outside of the Game Awards, I'm pretty sure this Switch 2 Direct might be one of the most watched gaming events this year, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't show it if they have a version running on the Switch 2. Back on the Bethesda topic, don't be surprised if you see Doom the Dark Ages on the Switch 2. Like, both the latest Doom games are on the regular Nintendo Switch, and they run pretty good. So just imagine that with more power. I also think free-to-play games are gonna go crazy on the Switch too. Like a lot of the games that we currently have, like Fortnite, Apex, Warframe, they're gonna get upgraded versions of their game just to look a lot better, run smoother. I think we finally see the Switch version of Genshin Impact or Honkai or any of the MiHoYoverse games. And I don't know if this counts as third party since it's been on the Switch since like year 2. We probably get an updated version of Ninjala that looks better and plays better. It just has more players most likely. I would 100% not be surprised to see Atlus spin the block again and announce like a new Shin Megami Tensei game. They did it with the first Switch launch. They can do it again. We also probably will see a Switch 2 version of Metaphor. Supposedly, I'm just saying supposedly because we don't know if it's real or not. Apparently, Persona 4 is getting a remake, so I definitely think if it exists, we'll see it here. Speaking of RPGs, I'm pretty sure Square Enix shows up in a big way also. I'm talking Final Fantasy Remake, Rebirth, Visions of Mana, an actual Kingdom Hearts that's not on the cloud system, for the love of God, please. I think we potentially see a new game in the style of Triangle Strategy or Octopath Traveler, because they definitely have a market for that on the Switch. Bandai Namco, who's a close partner with Nintendo, they're probably just gonna put everything on it. I'm talking Elden Ring, Tekken 8, Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero, any of the new anime games that have came out. They have so many titles that came out in the last 2 years and that are currently in development that they probably are gonna show the most games this year for this platform. I would be shocked if I don't see Daemon X Machina 2 this week, because like we've had 2 trailers for this game, or a teaser and a trailer, and I still don't see gameplay for a game that's supposed to be coming out in this year. For this last game, I'm huffing on the copium. We're probably gonna see Silksong. If we don't see Silksong, the game don't exist. Somebody said they played it. I don't believe them. If you show me a video of somebody with that game on the screen, I'm telling you it's AI. Until I see that game in a Nintendo Direct or anywhere else, really, just in general, I don't think it exists. To be honest, it might be on Kingdom Hearts 3 status. Until it's in my hand, I don't believe it exists. Regardless of what we see in this Direct, it's going to be the topic of discussion until the console launches. Drop a comment. Let me know what you want to see at the launch of the system, or what you want to see on the Switch 2 in general. Also, as always, if you like to hear me yap about whatever I be yapping about, leave a like, sub, share the video. It helps out. And I'll see you guys next time.